ASTQB wants you to be prepared for the ISTQB Foundation Level Exam. You can download all of the ISTQB Foundation study resources for free on our website. You can also watch free ASTQB Foundation Level Exam prep videos of the must-know items before you take the exam. ISTQB's Foundation Level. 3.1.3 Differences between static testing and dynamic testing. Static testing and dynamic testing practices complement each other. They have similar objectives, such as supporting the detection of defects in the work products, but there are also some differences. Static testing and dynamic testing with analysis of failures can both lead to the detection of defects. However, there are some defect types that can only be found by either static or dynamic testing. Static testing finds defects directly, while dynamic testing causes failures from which the associated defects are determined through subsequent analysis. Static testing may more easily detect defects that lie on paths through the code that are rarely executed or hard to reach using dynamic testing. Static testing can be applied to non-executable work products, while dynamic testing can only be applied to executable work products. Static testing can be used to measure quality characteristics that are not dependent on executing code, for example, maintainability, while dynamic testing can be used to measure quality characteristics that are dependent on executing code, for example, performance efficiency. Typical defects that are easier and/or cheaper to find through static testing include defects in requirements. For example, inconsistencies, ambiguities, contradictions, omissions, inaccuracies, and duplications. Design defects, for example, inefficient database structures and poor modularization. Certain types of coding defects, for example, variables with undefined values, undeclared variables, unreachable or duplicated code, and excessive code complexity. Deviations from standards. For example, lack of adherence to naming conventions in coding standards. Incorrect interface specifications. For example, mismatched number, type, or order of parameters. Specific types of security vulnerabilities. For example, buffer overflows, and gaps or inaccuracies in test basis coverage. For example, missing tests for an acceptance criterion. If you know what software testing is, you will be one step closer to success with your ISTQB Foundation Level Exam from ASTQB. Download the free ISTQB Foundation Level Exam preparation materials today. www.astqb.org